It's a reminder of the true cost of the dedication and commitment of the joint force.
That joint force set to expand by some 5,000 service members, including 2,500 Marines based in Japan, now streaming west towards Iran, 3 U.S. officials tell NBC News. The Marine unit specially trained for crisis response, including evacuations, protecting embassies, and to be first on the ground in dangerous areas. All as the Pentagon tonight saying after 13 days of airstrikes, it's hit more than 6,000 Iranian regime targets.
Never before has a modern, capable military, which Iran used to have, been so quickly destroyed.
But now the question of how to reopen the Strait of Hormuz, with Iran's new supreme leader vowing to keep attacking oil tankers, though his words were only in a written statement read on state TV.
We know the new so-called not-so-supreme leader is wounded and likely disfigured. Iran has plenty of cameras and plenty of voice recorders. Why a written statement? I think you know why.
And Garrett joins us tonight live from the White House. Garrett, one of the goals here, according to the president, is preventing Iran from getting a nuclear weapon. But tonight the president says the U.S. is not currently trying to recover uranium stocks it believes Iran has.
That's right, Tom. The president said the U.S. is, quote, not focused on that, but he also didn't rule it out in the future, saying that for the moment, the priority is taking out those Iranian missiles and drones. Tom?
All right, Garrett Haig for us. We have new details tonight on those efforts to reopen the Strait of Hormuz and new reporting on how it's impacting everything from gas to food prices to possibly the supply chain. Our Keir Simmons reports from Dubai, which was once again under attack today.
Tonight, as Iran attacks multiple oil tankers in an effort to drive up oil prices, the growing crisis. How will ships pass safely through the Strait of Hormuz?
The only thing preventing commercial traffic and flow through the straits right now, which there is some through the straits, is Iran.
The U.S. destroying Iranian boats that could place mines in the strait. But its closure already sending oil prices up to $99 a barrel. The average U.S. price at the pump now $3.63 a gallon. Economists warning about impacts if the closure lasts more than 2 months.
Potentially some knock-on effects from higher transportation costs, higher food prices.
All while Iran is still targeting its Arab neighbors.
How long can the UAE sustain this resistance?
The UAE is strong. The UAE is no easy prey.
Tonight, senior UAE Minister Lana Nusayba condemning Iran.
We will not respond to bullying by backing down.
And in another effort to bring down prices, the Trump administration just officially announced it's temporarily and controversially lifting sanctions on Russian oil shipments.
Tom? Keir Simmons with that new update. And tune in to Meet the Press this Sunday when moderator Kristen Welker asked Secretary of Energy Chris Wright what the administration could do to bring oil and gas prices down. And we are tracking yet another major snowstorm this winter. This one, a late season blizzard set to hit the Midwest and Great Lakes this weekend. Bill Cairns is here live for us. And Bill, how much snow are we talking about?
A lot more than our friends in Minnesota and Wisconsin want. Blizzard warnings already issued for portions of South Dakota. We will see these spread, I'm sure, as we go through the weekend. 22 million people will at least experience this winter storm. And these snow totals are going to be some of the highest we've seen all winter in this region. Some areas could even get top time snowfall, like maybe top 5 all time in Minneapolis. Look at Green Bay. The National Weather Service is forecasting 29 inches of snow, so a paralyzing storm. And with those high winds, people will be trapped for 1 or 2 days in their homes until the roads can get clear. And then we're also going to see severe weather with this Sunday and then Monday on the East Coast.
All right, Bill, we thank you for that. We'll be tracking it. Now to the growing economic and energy crisis in Cuba. Today, Cuba's president said they are in talks with the Trump administration to find a solution. I'm joined tonight by George Solis. And George, this is significant because it's the first time Cuba has acknowledged the discussions with the U.S. Yeah, that's right, Tom. President Miguel Diaz-Canel didn't really provide details about the talks, only saying that certain international factors led to the exchanges. Cuba today also said it would release 51 prisoners as part of a Vatican broker deal. And it's worth noting Raul Castro's grandson was in attendance during the announcement today. While he has no official role in the government, he's been reportedly in talks with Secretary of State Marco Rubio. Now, President Trump has ramped up pressure on the communist country, suggesting it could fall. Cuba is facing a growing economic crisis. It's been 3 months since fuel has arrived there, leading to rolling blackouts. Its leaders blame the U.S. energy blockade since the U.S. capture of Venezuela's authoritarian leader, Nicolas Maduro. Tom?
All right, George Solis for us. George, thank you. We have a health alert tonight. There are major changes to how doctors are recommending managing your cholesterol. I'm joined tonight by Stephanie Gosker. And Steph, this really affects younger patients.
Yeah, it does. This is the first time that these guidelines have been updated in 8 years, and the overall message is really clear. People need to start paying attention to their cholesterol levels at an earlier age, many in their 30s, and that could include going on medication younger. The guidelines reestablish specific target levels for bad cholesterol. People with borderline risk should be under 100, and people at high risk need to be under 70. There is a new, more precise risk calculator as well for heart disease designed for people ages 30 to 79, and clinicians also recommend everyone get a test called the lipoprotein A test at some point in adulthood. This is another tool to assess heart disease risk. Finally, Tom, the same old adages apply. Eat better, exercise more.
And that test, the lipoprotein A. All right, we're going to remember that. Thanks, Stephanie. We're back in 60 seconds with the long lines today at a major airport.